At these brothers. Man, something is causing me to fall in love with simplicity, and it's allowing me to see the world completely different. Something, I don't know if it's me being in Thailand. I don't know if it's because I'm almost 50. I don't know if it's because I visited some temples. I don't know if it's because, I don't know, I've been at the state. I have no idea, but something is causing me to fall in love with simplicity, the simple things in life. And as a result, man, it's causing my mind to open up to limitless possibilities. And the reason this whole conversation came about, man, is because so I'm in Chiang Mai now, right? Y'all know I'm going to a few different spots to kind of see where it is I want to settle down here in Thailand. So I came to Chiang Mai to kind of see what's going on, connect with one of my partners that's going to be here, right? And I got in late about 2 days ago, 48 hours ago, give or take. I got in late, man. So when I first got here, I said, you know what? I don't want to book some fancy hotel. I'm trying to figure out what side of town I want to be on. I'm trying to figure out where everything is. So I pretty much just booked something on the lower end of price. I pretty much just booked something for, pretty much a few baht per night, right? And I came in, man, it was late, it was dark. I couldn't see nothing the whole, grab ride over here. I come in, I throw my stuff down, I get in the shower, I get in the bed. Pretty much, I don't even think I cut too many lights on, right? And when I woke up that morning, right? When I woke up that morning, there was a little bit of sunshine coming through the blinds right here in front of me. And I could see the room. And I saw it the night before, but I was like, you know what, man, this room it's a vibe. And when I say it's a vibe, let me say this. I have this architectural, if that's a word, I have this architectural fetish for concrete and wood. Like when I see buildings that are just straight concrete and some wood kind of interlaced in them, man, I'm like, man, that is beautiful. And I look up, man, in this room, despite it being old, despite it being on the lower tier of, maybe a 3-star, 2-star hotel, I don't know. I'm like, man, this is a vibe. Like, this is my vibe. All the floors, concrete, the walls, concrete, the bed and all the furniture, wood. And of course, it's a cheaper wood. It's an older wood, but just the concept, I'm like, man, it's a whole vibe in here. And I'm sitting here, man, kind of just observing it. And then I come to the window to open the window up, man. And I open the blinds up, bro. And my mouth just dropped. I'm looking at these mountains. You got to remember this, man. I came in and it was completely dark. I'm looking at this mountain. And when I say my mouth dropped, bro, I'm not saying that just to say, hey, I was in awe. I'm saying my mouth literally dropped to the point, man, where I had to look around outside the window and say, man, is anybody looking at me sitting here looking crazy? I was like in awe. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I say I'm falling in love with simplicity, because for the last 2 days, I haven't left this spot. Minus me going down to the 7-Eleven to get me a little bit of water, I haven't left this spot. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's what I'm saying. I'm falling in love. When I say I'm falling in love with simplicity, really what I'm saying is I've fallen in love with my now. You know what I'm saying? In other words, my now has become my paradise. And I know that sounds kind of weird, and maybe I'm not saying it the way I want to say it, but it's like my now has become my paradise. Meaning, even in this very moment right here, me sitting on this bed, sitting with these concrete floors, these concrete walls, this mountain in the backdrop, there's no higher level of frequency I could radiate at this moment. Like my paradise has become my now. And it's caused me to fall in love with this moment to the point where I never want to leave this present moment. And I know I'm not saying that like I really wanted to come across, man. I know I'm not saying like I really wanted to come across. But it's like this. It's like we're always, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, like this is just us. We're always wanting more. We always have these goals. We always have these ambitions and things we want to accomplish and all this stuff. And this is just part of life. Yeah, we want to go get the degree. Yeah, we want to get the car. Yeah, we want all these things. We're always pursuing that. And to be honest, I can't think of another time in my life where I just felt this feeling of everything that's in my life right now, I'm grateful for, and I need nothing else. I don't think I've ever felt that, man. Like I have no desire at this very moment. It is enough. In other words, my manifestation, whatever energy I'm moving in, what it's produced, I'm happy with it. I'm satisfied with it. And to be honest, man, I don't think I've ever felt that before. Even going back to when I was a little kid. Like you're always waiting on your birthday. You're always waiting on Christmas. I believe this is the first time in my life that I've never desired anything that's outside of my reality right now. You know what I'm saying? I've just fallen in love with what I've realized. And again, I can see limitless possibilities, man. But this is another thing that is done that's really tripping me out. Like I have no desire to get out and go look at the city. I have no desire to get out and see what's going on. All I have a desire to do, since I'm feeling this frequency of just falling in love with all I think about doing is work. Like when I open my eyes up, I go straight to my computer until I just crash out. And to be honest, it's weird because throughout the day, I'm checking my watch to see, like, man, how many more hours do I have before I get tired? Because I don't want to get tired. Like, I just want to work nonstop. Like, I don't even want to sleep. And to be honest, man, I've never felt this before. All I want to do is work. All I want to do is give back. And when I say work, you know, I'm meaning not just for the sake of doing something. It's like, kind of like in when Ruiz talked about in the 4 Agreements, when he said, hey, the work is the worship. It's almost like my gratitude for my now is to give back to God by putting the work in. That's how I say thank you. That's how I say thank you by doing the work. And I know I'm almost sounding crazy to myself, man. But it's a state that is really hard for me to explain because, to be honest, I never felt it. I don't believe I've ever felt this level of contentment, fulfillment, satisfaction. Like God was with me. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm sounding a little crazy, bro. It sounds crazy as I'm saying it. It sounds crazy as I'm saying it. But what it made me think about then was, it made me think about what are the things in my life that like what in my past, right? What's kept me from feeling this? Like if I can feel this feeling right now, what's kept me from feeling this? And what it comes down to, man, is it comes down to, let's call it energetic real estate. What it comes down to is your energetic real estate. What I mean by that is you gotta understand, like a few weeks ago, I was talking about bandwidth. Everybody has so much energy throughout, in their life, throughout the day. Everything requires bandwidth. All the things, all the people require bandwidth, which means you can accumulate a whole lot of things, but if they aren't accumulated in the right manner, they're going to be robbing you. They're going to be robbing you. You know what I'm saying? Like assets, things, houses, cars, like these things can literally rob you. And the thing is this, if those things aren't robbing you, it's the pursuit of the things that you don't have that can be robbing you of this state. It can rob you of this state. Because right now, if I was thinking about what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, if I was thinking about what I don't have, if I was thinking about what I'm going to be doing in the next 5 years, 10 years, and I'm not saying let's not have life plans, and I'm not saying let's just live, but if I was sitting here thinking from a place of lack of what I've yet to achieve, I wouldn't feel this. I wouldn't feel this power that I feel now. There's power in this simplicity that I speak of. So you got to understand, things that you don't have, things that you've yet to accomplish can rob you of this, man. Not only that, but you got to understand, people that aren't in alignment with your now can rob you. I'm going to say that again, man, because you really need to let that soak in. Whatever your current situation is, if you're satisfied with it, you have to understand there are going to be a lot of people that aren't satisfied with your now. Think about that. And the fact that they're not satisfied with your now, which I don't know if it's to benefit them, I don't know if it's whatever it is, if they're not satisfied with your now and you're worried about it, it's going to snatch you out of this thing. It's going to snatch you out of this God frequency, man. It's going to snatch you clean out of it, man. So you got to think, you got to understand, like, energetic real estate is everything. Controlling your bandwidth, being content with your now, because you got to understand this. Your now is what you created. Like, you created it. Why not be satisfied with it? The place you live, the car you drive, the income you have, like fall in love with it, man. Be grateful for it. You created it. Think about a person that goes around think about a person that goes around their whole life, and the whole time they're living is just in a state of not being satisfied. And I'll be honest. I've always thought that place of not being satisfied was the driving force to keep somebody moving forward. I'm like, man, if you ever get satisfied, you're losing. Like that hunger. That hunger is what keeps everybody moving forward. But I'm understanding now, man, it's the opposite. It's me sitting here just saying, you know what, man, if today's my last day, I'm happy. If I never gain another XYZ, I'm happy. If the people in my life never change, like these are the people I'm stuck with, my friends, the people, like, I'm happy. That right there is giving me the fuel to say I'm limitless at the same time. I know it sounds crazy, bro. I know it goes against what a lot of the gurus are saying. Some of them. You know what I'm saying? But you have to understand that your pursuit of happiness can actually take you out of your heaven. Your pursuit of what you don't have, our pursuit of what we don't have, can actually snatch us out of our heaven. Think about what I'm saying now, because I'm talking singular truth right now. You have to understand that your heaven. You have to understand that your heaven is your vision. Your heaven is your vision. Your heaven is that place that you go when you sleep. I know a lot of you don't believe that and think that, but your heaven is that thing that you meditate on when you don't even understand or realize you're meditating. Your heaven is that world that you're creating on the other side. And you have to understand this. What you're living right now in this world, this third dimensional plane, what you're living right now is what your heaven is. Like, you can sit there and say, no, so my vision board says Lamborghinis and yachts. Now, so my vision board says I'm married and kids, and I got a home in Montana. I got 3 cribs in Calabasas. Now my vision board, my journals, they say this. Yeah, you gotta understand, they can say whatever you want them to say, but your heaven, the world you created, look outside your window. Look inside your wallet. I don't care if it's fat or if it's skinny. Look inside your closet. Look inside of your phone. Look at the women you're texting. Look at your circle of friends. That's your heaven. I don't care what you're getting online saying you want. I don't care what you're going down to the altar call saying. You look around. That's what your heaven is. What you see when you look around is what you're asking God for. And if you can't fall in love with whatever that looks like, you can't possibly move forward. If you can't acknowledge your heaven, if you can't say, hey, you know what? Okay, maybe my crib ain't so and so. Maybe and I want this. If you can't just say, hey, you know what? Let me be grateful for God being God first. Let me be grateful for God giving me what I say that I am first. Think about this, to not fall in love with your present moment. I'm not talking about your year. I'm not talking about your month, your week. I'm talking about that present moment. For me not to fall in love with the fact that I'm sitting here where I'm sitting at, doing exactly what I'm doing, feeling the way I'm feeling, all the good, all the bad, got a little few pounds on me, I got some things. But if I can't fall in love with it, I can't possibly move forward. I can't possibly move forward, man. So that's what I'm saying. When I say fall in love with simplicity, maybe that's not the right word, because I'm not saying fall in love with mediocre. I'm not saying fall in love with small things. If I was sitting inside of a 40,000 square foot compound right now, I would say the same thing. If I was down on a corner sleeping in a cardboard box or in a situation that I would say the same thing. Because I understand until I say that, I can't possibly move forward. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is fall in love with the now and understand that our pursuit of happiness can actually rob us of our heaven. It can rob us of our heaven. The only way you can change your heaven is, think about this, bro. The only way you can change your heaven is by being present in it. The only way that I can change my current situation, if I wanted bigger concrete walls, if I wanted a more fancier wood, cedar, I have to be present in this moment to fix it. Yeah, we talk about going to meditation, going to the other dimension, going to the vision and doing all this work, vision boards and all this stuff. But when that's done, when that work is done, now you have to come back and match that frequency on this level. You know what I'm saying? And you have to fall in love with your now, man. You have to fall in love with the simplicity of creation. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me think about a conversation we were having in the circle the other day, man. Where a brother, and I can't remember how this conversation, how it started, but in a nutshell, we're just pretty much talking about decisions, right? And when I say decision, it's kind of like what I'm saying. We're talking about if decisions we've made in life were the right decisions, and kind of tying it to what I'm talking about now. If these decisions we made, I'll say it like this, like if the decisions we made have snatched us out of our heaven, have snatched us out of this peace. Because I'm gonna tell you this, your decisions, every single decision you make, whether it's purchases, whether it's relationships, whether it's anything, your decisions are either going to fulfill your current moment now, or they're going to snatch you out of your current moment. Everything you buy, everything you do, everybody you have relationships with, it's going to add more bandwidth to your current now so that you can expand, or it's going to slowly pull you out of it. And the way you determine, what each of those things is going to do is you have to ask yourself what your motive is for entertaining it. If you can understand what your motive is for entertaining it, you'll know in advance on what it's going to do to your energy. I promise you, man. I put this on everything. When you want to go down there and buy that brand new shiny truck, when you were looking at an apartment, but now you want to get the bigger apartment on a higher floor, when you were sitting there talking to a young lady, man, that showed you love but now you see a thick baddie, and now you like, okay, well, I want to jump ship and do this. You have to ask yourself, what's my motive? In other words, let me break it down just a little bit more. You have to ask yourself, am I doing this for myself, or am I doing this to impress the world, or am I caring about what other people say about me? That right there alone will tell you if you're if it's gonna snatch you out of your now. That right there is gonna tell you if you're gonna be fulfilled in that moment. Because like where I'm at right now, like I said, I'm like this might be a 2-star hotel, man. This is an old hotel. I didn't get this hotel thinking I was looking to say, hey man, I want to impress somebody or da. Because I would. There's no way in the world I could have had this moment right now if I was in that state. Let me say it a different way. Let me say the same thing a different way. Like, there's been times in life where for example, there's been times in life I've had a lot of vehicles in my life. You know, I've had a lot of vehicles. Like we all have had a lot of vehicles in my life. And I can look at each one of those vehicles, looking back, of course, I can look at each one of those vehicles now and look at the ones that gave me hell and look at the ones that I enjoyed having. And every single one of those vehicles, it comes down to, why did I get that vehicle? Or why did I get that motorcycle? Or why did I get those 4-wheelers? Was it because I wanted those? Or was it because I was going to look like the man when I pulled up in those things? And I'm going to tell you, every single time I bought a car and it was for, to impress somebody else, to impress the block, that car gave me hell every time. In other words, it was snatching me out of my current level of peace and fulfillment every single time, man. You know, I remember this was some years ago, man. You know, I remember when I bought a big jacked up truck. I didn't know anybody that had big jacked up trucks. It wasn't even cool for black dudes to have big jacked up trucks, mud tires, 35, 60. Like, I didn't even know another black dude rolling like that. And I was like, man, that's just what I want. And man, I bought that thing brand new off the lot. Got it out the lot, man, sent it straight to the shop. Put some money in that thing, man. I had that truck for years. It never broke down. And even though the note was kind of high, I loved it. Never had no problems. At the same time, man, I remember I went and bought an Impala, 95 Impala, SS, Super Sport. And I said, in my mind, when I bought that car, of course I wanted it for myself, but my ego was more in charge. I said, when I get this, man, when I pull up on the block Impala, oh, them boys gonna hate me. You know what I'm saying? That energy was associated with my purchase. And the thing is, the price wasn't even close. I didn't pay but a few grand for this thing. That car gave me hell up until the point I got rid of it. My dream car, when I saw that thing leaving my driveway going down the road, I was like, thank you, God. You know what I'm saying? It all comes down to your motive. When you wanna go out and get that crib, you wanna get the bigger apartment, you wanna move overseas, you wanna move to Africa, you wanna move to Thailand, make sure you're doing that strictly because you want to do it. Because if you're doing it based on what somebody else is going to say, it's gonna rob you, bro. It's gonna kill you. When you go buy them Jordans, when you go buy them Stacey Adams, when you go buy them red bottom sisters, when you go get your hair did a certain way, if you aren't doing it for you, it's going to hinder your life. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is make sure that when you do something, you're doing it for the right reasons, or it's going to rob you blind. It's going to rob you of that energetic state that I'm speaking of. You know what I'm saying? So in a nutshell, all I'm saying is this. Fall in love with your current moment. Fall in love with your now. And what I mean by that is just stop where you are. I don't care if you're on a date right now. Look around your world. Look who it is you're entertaining. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're at home by yourself. Look around. Look at your room. Look at everything. Look at what you drive. Look at your level of health. And just say, hey, you know what? Like it may not be what I'm sitting here saying I want. It may not be what's in my vision board. But I'm going to tell you, the quickest way to get to that thing on your vision board is to look at your current situation and say, you know what? This is mine. Like, in other words, nobody can rob me of this because I've created this. I've created this. I've gone through the channels to do the mental work. And I'm telling you this. I'm telling you, everybody has done the work, whether they want to or not. It's not whether people are doing the work. It's whether people are conscious that they're doing the work. All people are creating something. As long as you have lungs to, you breathe in and out, as long as you're functioning, you're creating something. So the first thing you have to do to get to that next level, to get to that level of contentment and limitlessness, is to acknowledge that, is to acknowledge your now and fall in love with your now. Fall in love with simplicity, brothers.